Questions 1 through 10 on the 2017 Grade 10 AMC 10B. Mary thought of a positive two-digit number. She multiplied it by 3 and added 11. She then switched the digits of the result, obtaining a number between 71 and 75 inclusive. What was Mary's number? Let her number be AB. That basically means that 10A plus B is her number. And then she multiplies it by 3, and then she adds 11. And they are telling you that this is going to be this number. Whatever it is, the digits are going to be reversed. And when they are, the result is between 71 and 75. So that means we had 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. So this was the result of reversing the digits. So the number before the digits were reversed were 17, 27, 37, 47, and 57. So this has to equal one of these guys. Okay, well, let's see. We've got 30A plus 3B plus 11 is equal to one of these. Well, the number is AB, so A cannot be 0. It's a two-digit number, so A has to be at least 1. If A is at least 1, then this number is at least 30, and then if you add 11, that's at least 41. So the number has to be at least 41, so it can't be these three. It's either 47 or 57. Well, let's try 47 and see what we get. 30A plus 3B is equal to 47 minus 11, which is 36. Divide through by 3, and you get 10A plus B is equal to 12. And that seems like it's a possible choice, because if A was, for example, 1 and B is 2, that's what would work. That would work. Now, we also have to eliminate this last guy. So let's see. It would basically be 30A plus 3B plus 11 is 57 this time. So that means 30A plus 3B is equal to 57 minus 11, which is 46. So that means if you divide through by 3, 10A plus B is equal to 46 divided by 3, which is not an integer, 15 point something. So that means the only one that works is this. So the number is 12. Number 1, the answer is B. Sofia ran 5 laps around a 400-meter track at her school. For each lap, she ran the first 100 meters at the average speed of 4 meters per second and the remaining 300 meters at an average of 5 meters per second. How much time did Sofia take running 5 laps? Well, the total number of meters is 5 times 400, which is 2,000. And then 5 times 100 meters are run at the speed of 4 meters per second. And then 5 times 300 meters is run at the speed of 5 meters per second. So the total time is basically going to be, if you use that equation, speed is equal to distance over time, or time is equal to distance over speed. That means we have distance over speed, so the distance would be 5 times 100, which is 500 over 4, plus 5 times 300, which is 1500, divided by 5. So that's 125 plus 375, or 300, I should say. And that is 425. And that's going to be 7 minutes and 5 seconds. So, number 2, the answer is C. Real numbers x, y, and z satisfy the inequalities. X between 0 and 1, y is between -1 and 0, and z is between 1 and 2. Which of the following numbers is necessarily positive? Well, let's look at the fact that y is part of every single answer choice, so I think I definitely need to look at y. And then I'm going to put z right below it, like this. And if I add these, I get 0 here, y plus z here, and 2 here. So y plus z is greater than 0, therefore it's positive. And there you go, number 3, the answer is E. Suppose that x and y are non-zero real numbers such that 3x plus y over x minus 3y is equal to negative 2. What is the value of x plus 3y over 3x minus y? Well, let's deal with the first one. We have 3x plus y, x minus 3y, and that equals negative 2. Cross multiply and you get 3x plus y is equal to minus 2x plus 6y. So if you put everything on one side, you get 5x is equal to 5y. So x is equal to y. Okay, so now let's put that into this equation. X is equal to y, so this becomes x plus 3x over 3x minus x. So that is 4x over 2x. The x's cancel, and you get 4 over 2, which is 2. Number 4, the answer is D. Camilla had twice as many blueberry jelly beans as cherry jelly beans. After eating 10 pieces of each kind, she now has 3 times as many blueberry jelly beans as cherry jelly beans. How many blueberry jelly beans did she have originally? Well, B is equal to 2C. And then they also tell me that B minus 10 is equal to 3 times C minus 10. Directly from the question, information in the question stem. So this is what we have to solve. So let's solve for B. So instead of C, I will put B over 2. And then let's multiply this all out. B minus 10 is equal to 3B over 2 minus 30. So that means if I bring it over, B over 2 is equal to minus 10 plus 30 is 20, and therefore B is equal to 40. So she originally had 40 blueberry jelly beans, and therefore number 5, the answer is D. What is the largest number of solid 2 by 2 by 1 blocks that can fit in a 3 by 2 by 3 box? Well, there's the sort of the wrong way and the right way. Both of them lead to the correct answer. The wrong way is just to do the volumes, which is 3 times 2 times 3, which is 18. And then the other guy is 2 times 1, which is 4, and then dividing them and getting the integer result. So 18 divided by 4, the integer value is 4. But that, it seems like appropriate, but it may not work, right? A lot of it just depends on the shape. So then you have to use a little bit of, 3D kind of interpretation. You've got this flat sort of shape, and I'll let that represent the 3 by 3 aspect of the box. And then you've got obviously a 2-inch height. And then we're going to put this 2 by 2 by 1. So if we put them, let's say, like this, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That would fit because it's flat right now. I haven't drawn it in 3D, but both of those have a 2-inch height. So for example, I put 3 by 3, that covers this 3 and that 3, and then I put these 2 by 1 blocks, that covers this and this, but they also have this 2-inch height. So as you can see from the diagram, 4 fit. So either you do it the non-scientific way or the 3-dimensional way. Both of them give 4 for the answer. So number 6, the answer is B. Samia is set off on her bicycle to visit her friend, traveling at an average speed of 17 kilometers per hour. When she had gone half the distance to her friend's house, a tire went flat, and she walked the rest of the way at 5 kilometers per hour. In all, it took her 44 minutes to reach her friend's house. In kilometers, rounded to the nearest tenth, how far did Samia walk? Well, she's going to go halfway. That's the key here. When she's gone half the distance, she switches from the bike to the walking. So we'll call this distance A and this distance B. When she's biking, it's 17 kilometers per hour. And when she's walking, it is 5 kilometers per hour. And the total time is 44 minutes. So speed, again, is equal to distance over time, and time is equal to distance over speed. So time is going to be distance A over 17 plus B over 5. But this is halfway, so A is equal to B. So this time is 44 over 60 because it's got to be converted to hours. The 44 was given in minutes. So A over 17, and instead of B, I'll just put A over 5. So this will allow me to solve for A or B. So this will be 5, 5, 17, 17. So that gives me 22A over 85 is equal to 44 over 60. And when you solve for A, you get A is equal to 2.8. And A is equal to B, so that equals B. And B represents the distance that Samia walked. So number 7, the answer is 2.8, which is choice C. Points A, 11, 9, and B, 2, negative 3 are vertices of triangle ABC with AB equal to AC. The altitude from A meets the opposite side at D, negative 1, 3. What are the coordinates of point C? Well, let's draw a very rough diagram here. So 11, 9, so approximately here, let's say, that's A, 11, 9. And then B, we have 2, negative 3, so say 2, negative 3 about here. So this is my B. And then I've got to draw a C, and I have no idea where C is, so I'm just going to guess maybe it's somewhere here. And let's join these guys. So ABC, this is a triangle, obviously, and they told me that AB is equal to AC. AB is equal to AC, okay? And what else did they tell me? The altitude from A meets the opposite side at negative 1, 3. So if I were to draw an altitude, so I guess it's going to meet negative 1, 3. So something like this. You get the point, hopefully. Now, the key thing is that since AB and AC are the same, this is an isosceles triangle, and because it's isosceles, that altitude would chop the base in half. So that means this distance will be the same as that distance. Okay, and then they give us coordinates for D. D is negative 1, 3. So negative 1, 3. So basically that means that D is the midpoint of CB. So if C is whatever, let's say it has coordinates A, B, like that, and then B had coordinates 2, negative 3, we can just use the midpoint formula to figure out A and B. A plus 2 divided by 2 is going to be that negative 1, and then B plus negative 3 divided by 2 will be that 3. So that means A plus 2 is negative 2, so A is negative 4. And B minus 3 is 6, so B is equal to 9. So the coordinates for C are negative 4 and 9. So number 8, the answer is C. A radio program has a quiz consisting of 3 multiple choice questions, each with 3 choices. A contestant wins if he or she gets 2 or more of the questions right. The contestant answers randomly to each question. What is the probability of winning? Well, we have question 1, question 2, and question 3. And each of them have 3 answer choices, let's say ABC. And only one of these are right. So we win if we get 3 correct, or if we get 2 correct. Okay, well, to get 3 correct, we have to choose the right answer, which is 1/3 probability to get the right answer from those 3 answer choices. 1/3 here and 1/3 here. So you multiply them and you get 1 over 27. Okay, now to get 2 correct, I can either get question 1 correct, question 2 correct, and question 3 wrong, or 1 correct, 2 wrong, and 3 correct, or 1 wrong, 2 correct, 3 correct, like that. For each of these, let's figure out the probability. For the first scenario, it'd be 1/3, 1/3, and 2/3. And when you multiply those guys, you get 2/27. And you're going to pretty much get 2/27 for the other two. It's pretty much the same thing, as I'm sure you can figure out 1/3, 2/3, 1/3, 2/3, 1/3, and 1/3. And then now you have to add up all these guys. And when you do, you get 7/27. So number 9, the answer is D. The lines with equations ax minus 2y is equal to c and 2x plus by equals minus c are perpendicular and intersect at 1, -5. What is c? Well, first let's put these in the forms that allow us to isolate for y. So it'd be ax minus c is equal to 2y, and therefore y is equal to a/2x minus c/2. And the same sort of story for the other guy. by is minus 2x minus c, so y is equal to minus 2/bx minus c/b. And now, since the lines are perpendicular, the slopes will be negative reciprocals. So this slope is a/2. a/2 would be equal to the negative reciprocal of this guy. So that's going to be b/2. So that means a is equal to b. Okay, that's helpful. So I can put that into either one of these. And then we also know that this is a common point to both equations. So I can substitute that in. If I put it into this guy here, I get a/2 times 1 minus c/2 is equal to -5. So that means a/2 minus c/2 is -5. Multiply through by 2, and a minus c is equal to -10. And therefore, I can do the same thing over here. Substitute in this point 1, -5. So -5 is equal to -2. But a equals b, so I can just substitute in a instead of b. X is 1 minus c/a, like that. Multiply through by a, you get 5a is equal to -2 minus c. And therefore, minus 5a, or let's isolate for c. c is equal to -2 plus 5a. And then from here, we get a plus 10 is equal to c. And then now I can equate these two. -2 plus 5a is equal to a plus 10. So that means 4a is equal to 12, a is equal to 3. Substitute that back into either one of these. C is equal to a plus 10, which would be 3 plus 10, which is 13. So C is 13. Number 10, the answer is E.